Guys, welcome back to my channel, Silvana BNL. This is Silvana here. How are you all doing today? Before we start, if you guys like this video, subscribe to my channel, like, share with your friends, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified every week when I post a new video. So today we're cooking the best Egyptian falafel, among other things you can possibly have. And so in Egypt, we have these restaurants that specialize only in beans and falafel. These stores are called Hati, and they sell the stuff that we're gonna be making together today. It came out delicious, but don't just take my word for it. You have to try it for yourself and judge. I tell you, you will never buy it from outside again. It is so easy to make that you can just make it in less than half an hour and enjoy it for weeks. And without wasting any more time, let's get started on today's video. I started by peeling the potatoes and washing them, of course. Also doing sweet potatoes because my husband likes it, but they don't really sell that in Hatties in Egypt, at least not while I was living there. Anyway, so I'm gonna peel 4 of each and cut them into small slices, and I'm gonna share with you the secret of getting the potatoes crunchy just like we get them from outside. After we slice them, you soak them in water with the usual stuff, salt and vinegar. And don't worry about adding those in the water because it will not affect the taste of the potatoes whatsoever. So, the secret ingredient that you will need to know about is cornstarch. I know some people are shaking their heads going like, really? Cornstarch? Just try it and you'll see the difference. And then we're going to do the same thing for the sweet potatoes. Cut small slices, then soak in the same mix for about half an hour to an hour. Potatoes is soaking. Let's get started on a falafel. You will need dill, parsley, and cilantro. Don't use the whole bunch, just cut some of the top and try to avoid the stems because they have the most water more than the leaves. Anyway, wash them thoroughly. I have this small salad spinner that I'll be using to wash them. This comes in real handy when I'm making salads or cutting greens, as you guys can see. It makes the cleaning so much easier and it cleans really good. Then when I spin it usually gets off most of the liquid. I can't even talk right now. And it's good alternative to paper towels, I feel like. But I usually spin it twice or something to get that job done. So you will also need a medium-sized onions. Cut that into thick slices to get it ready. And then the main ingredient that you will need is fava beans. You can soak it overnight or soaking it for 6 hours will do the trick as well. Then drain it for about 15 minutes to drain most of the liquid out. Some people like to use chickpeas or lentils, but we prefer fava beans taste, so that's what we're using. The advice that I give you is the more you dry the beans, the easier it will be to make the falafel, because then you won't need to add a lot of breadcrumbs or bread to drain the liquid out. Then in a big blender, add your greens and the onions. Also add leeks. What I suggest is use only the green parts of the leeks because the falafel are usually greens. Also add a handful of garlic, then the fava beans. Season it with salt, about a tablespoon, and also a tablespoon of ground coriander. That is very important in falafel, the ground coriander. Also add 7 spices. It gives it a great taste. That's also another secret. So there you guys go. About 1 to 1.5 tablespoons of 7 spices because that gives it that great taste. Then blend. All you need is to really blend it really well. But also make sure it's rough ground. You don't want it so grounded. Okay, now I'm done grounding it. As you can see, my falafel is a little liquidy. So to fix that, I'm gonna add a little bit of breadcrumbs and mix it all together. The breadcrumbs will help dry it out. Like I said, if you take as much of the water out, you wouldn't need to do this step, but oh well. I'm gonna leave it to rest for about 10 minutes. And then we'll get to work on it. So it's been about 10 minutes and I'm gonna start frying the falafel. Gonna start shaping them into small circles with my hand while heating up the oil. You need the oil to be at least 360 degrees before you start frying the falafel. Shaping them takes patience though, but I finished it. Gonna take ground coriander, sesame seeds, salt, and spread them all on a plate. Then taking the circles of falafel and dipping them into this mix on both sides, as you guys can see. And then I'm making sure that the heat is on low so the oil doesn't burn me or spill on the stove when I toss in the falafel. Let them cook in the oil for about 5 to 7 minutes. Then put them on a paper towel to make sure all the oil comes off as much as possible anyway. After the falafel, I went in with the potatoes. Just be careful when you're putting it in the oil. Drain it from the water as much as possible, because when the oil is this hot and if water gets into it, it will kind of explode, not just on the stove, but also on you. Trust me, it is not fun, because I've done it before and the healing takes a long time and it's very painful. Oh, very painful. Anyway, while the potatoes is frying, I'm going to do my favorite salad. I'm going to use the big salad spinner now to wash the lettuce, dill, and parsley. Then I'm adding tomatoes, cucumbers, and taking a break from the salad really quickly to take out the fries and put in another batch. Back to the salad, adding peppers, carrots, radishes. But my husband and I differ on our opinions of onions, so I'm cutting a red onion and putting it on the side. Then I'm done with the potatoes now, so I'm gonna go ahead and fry the sweet potatoes. While the sweet potatoes is frying, gonna make my tahini salad, which is the white sauce that they give you when you order from any Mediterranean restaurant. So what you need is tahini, which is basically sesame paste. Add 4 tablespoons of that to a bowl. To that, add about 2 tablespoons of water. You can add more later if you want a softer consistency, but for now, start with 2 tablespoons. Then add salt and pepper, white pepper to taste, and then vinegar, about 1 teaspoon, and half a lemon. Mix all of that together very well with a fork. So I needed to make it a little softer, and I added more water, about 1 tablespoon at a time, until I got the consistency I want. I try not to make much of it because in my opinion it tastes better fresh. So if we wanted more, I would make a new batch the next day. It doesn't really take a long time. There it is. Sweet potatoes are done, so taking them out of the oil now. Now for the beans. Yummy. You will need fava beans in the can. If you have them cooked in your house, even better, but if you don't, I don't at the moment, so the canned one will do. If you guys want me to show you how I cook the fava beans, very easy, very tasty, at home, please let me know in the comments down below. Anyway, add them to the bowl, mash them with a fork. It doesn't have to be perfectly mashed, but somewhat mashed. To that, add about 2 tablespoons of tahini, about 1 tablespoon of olive oil, about half a tablespoon of white vinegar, and a half a lemon. Of course, salt and pepper to taste. And the most important spice to use with beans is cumin, because it counteracts the gas buildup caused by the beans in the stomach. I usually put about a half a tablespoon or a full one sometimes. And because I like spice, I'm adding cayenne pepper to taste, of course. But that is optional. You guys don't have to add that. Mix all together. And I added about 2 tablespoons of water to make it a little softer consistency. Last thing is toasting the pita bread. We usually keep it in our freezer to prolong its life and preserve it from mold. Putting that in the toaster, and while I put my final touches and put everything on the table. Oh my god, look how beautiful everything looks. With the best pickles mix, like what we have in Egypt. So let's taste test the falafel together. I spread a couple of the falafel on my pita bread, then added my salad on top and my favorite, of course, onions. Lastly, I added the tahini sauce on top. And oh my god. I am in heaven right now. Look how good that looks and that tastes. Oh my god. Jesus, it tastes so good. Anyway, don't tell your enemies about this recipe. Or tell them so they can fall in love with you. Anyway, I will finish the sandwich while on camera because of how tasty it is. I'm gonna try to stop now. Maybe not. Anyway, if you guys like this video, subscribe to my channel, like, share with your friends, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every week when I post a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. I'm gonna go eat all this food now. Do you guys want me to leave you some? Probably not. Anyway, thank you and bye.